Okay, so this is a mostly comedy and comedy adjacent crew right now. So I want to know what you gals think of Shane Gillis hosting Saturday Night Live. It's in a couple weeks. I think maybe 3 weeks from now, the
I
24th.
think it's hilarious and amazing.
Yep, I think
Good
it's
for
great.
him, yeah.
Yep. I think it's fucking awesome that they fucking came crawling back. He could have told him to fuck off, but I honestly think it's better that he just does it.
Right, he's the new face of Bud Light, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hmm.
They didn't even ask Dylan Mulvaney, my twin sister, to host, so
No, right. That's what doesn't make sense to me is why haven't they had Dylan Mulvaney at this point?
Because maybe they're finally realizing that no one gives a shit.
I think,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit of free speech is coming back in vogue, as they say, and,
Hope so.
yeah, I hope so as well.
Um, so as you know, he was cut from SNL in 2019 for it's just simply being funny. And I guess someone did not do a deep look into him, or he was hired just to be fired so that SNL could grandstand and virtue signal on the topic. Who knows? Only Lorne Michaels knows for sure. But Shane is set to host an upcoming episode of SNL. The comedian, 36, had previously been fired from the sketch show after videos of him emerged. It's literally just him on a podcast saying chink and doing a Chinese accent. It's fucking hilarious. Like I hope everyone goes back and listens because they're very funny shows. And now he'll be back on. And I remember I was at the stand the night that he found out he was, I think, either hired or fired. It was like a big it might have been the night he got fired and everyone's like, "Oh my," it was crazy. Anyway, he'll be back for a show February 24th, and he'll be joined by 21 Savage, which nobody knows who that is. In
I do.
2019. Oh, really?
I'm just an idiot girl, though,
No, it's probably a young person band. In 2019, several clips surfaced in which the star used racist and homophobic slurs on the Matt and Shane Secret podcast. In the podcast, Gillis and Matt McClusker mocked comedians Judd Apatow and Chris Gethard, referring them to as what white. Oh, is this the Melanie Mac word?
Yeah.
Comics and effing gayer than ISIS. That's so funny. Chris Gethard was my improv 101 teacher at the UCB, and
That's hilarious.
I would say that this is completely accurate. uh, yeah, not an alpha, but few men in improv are alphas. So, okay. That's funny. Gillis is also heard telling McClusker that their conversation is nice racism, good racism. There is a difference. Another clip emerged from a September 2018 podcast in which Gillis referred to people living in New York City's Chinatown as, oh, just chinks. Yeah, that's nothing crazy. He
Yeah.
also mocked a Chinese accent and used the language barrier in the video saying, Chinatown is fucking nuts. Okay. Yeah.
None of
No,
this sounds bad to me. I'm trying to find out like where the issue
no
is.
lies detected. The translation between you and the waiter is just a hassle. It's like, I'm pointing at it. This is it. I want the fucking, oh, he was saying neuters instead of noodles. That was so funny. Neuters. Gillis was announced as a host during SNL's show February 3rd with host Ayo Edebiri. Gillis quickly announced an apology. Oh, she shouldn't have done. For 10 years of mostly bad comedy on Twitter. I'm a comedian who pushes boundaries. I sometimes miss if you go through my 10 years of comedy. Most of it bad. You're going to find a lot of bad misses, Gillis said in his apology note. I'm happy to apologize to anyone who's actually offended, which is no one, by
Mhm.
anything I've said. My intention is never to hurt anyone, but I am trying to be the best comedian I can be, and sometimes that requires risks. SNL said at the time, after talking with Shane Gillis, we have decided that he will not be joining SNL. He's done great. He doesn't need them. They would have
He's done better
creatively
without them.
stifled him.
Yeah, and
It's
SNL
actually
sucks. Who
better that he
watches that
didn't
now?
end
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
his career is better
Oh,
now,
this is
probably.
21 Savage. He looks like a middle school
Yeah.
desk. Keanu, you listen to this? You listen
Yes.
to this monstrosity of a person?
Come on. Yes, he's not covered in gum or anything. Just tattoos.
Ugh,
It's all right.
okay. We want SNL to have a variety of voices and points of view. No, you clearly don't, based on the writers and literally everyone you hire. And we hired Shane on the strength of his talent as a comedian and his impressive audition for SNL. Well, then you fired him on some shit that had nothing to do with this. So
Nonsense.
this is bullshit. We were not aware of his prior remarks that have surfaced over the past few days. The language he used is offensive, hurtful, and unacceptable. We are sorry that we did not. You know what's hurtful, offensive, and unacceptable? SNL, literally the last 30 years of SNL has been unacceptable. We are sorry that we did not see these clips earlier, that our vetting process was not up to standard.
Stupid.
I guess.
So
clearly.
you guys suck at your job. Is what you're
Oh
saying.
Lord.
You're either pussies or you suck at your job. Which is it? Shane added, "It feels ridiculous for comedians to be making serious public statements." But he shouldn't have apologized. Don't ever apologize for anything
No.
ever again, Shane.
You know what would probably give you actually more is just telling them to go fuck yourself. Just be like, go fuck yourself. I'm not apologizing for shit.
I think his apology note was very eloquent. Like, yeah, I'm a comedian and it requires taking risks. And I've missed on things sometimes. I think the only unfunny thing he said was maybe there was one where it was like he just saying the word for Asian people for no reason.
Chink.
But yeah, I don't know what we're allowed. I don't know what we're allowed to say here. But the other than that, I mean, I just love that they're like going back on what they had previously thought. That just tells you they just go with the way that
the wind blows them.
where the way the wind
Whatever
blows, right? They're very
whatever
fair
public
weather,
opinion
right?
is pressuring them to believe.
Right, because it's
It's
become too
spineless.
ridiculous. He's obviously not a racist. He doesn't hate Asian people. He clearly doesn't. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a pussy move. It was a pussy move to fire him.
Oh Lord.
I'm a comedian who was funny enough to get SNL. That can't be taken away. Of course, I wanted an opportunity to prove myself at SNL, but I understood it would be too much of a distraction. I respect the decision they made. I'm honestly grateful for the opportunity. I was always a Mad TV guy anyway.
Fuck
Yes,
yes.
Mad
Mad
TV
TV
so
was my
funny.
shit.
The ladies, man, Ms. Swan.
Oh, you're looking
Oh.
like a man.
You're looking like a man.
Sad white ISIS, like maybe I should get in this accident. It'd be good for me. It's like you, dude.
For me, and drive a truck because I'm sad. And dude, those guys are gayer than ISIS. ISIS is out there like, for me, we need to get the we blow ourselves up. We get a bunch of these white comics.
Oh yeah, they're like
I'm
Lego.
just sad because life's hard, and like it turns out, and I'm gay. It's like,
Yeah, they're like they don't know if they want like girl
welcome to
virgins.
Earth, dude. Yeah, exactly. Welcome to Earth.
That's just
Sad
this is
white-
like most people's podcasts.
Yeah, this is. I've said worse shit than that. I swear.
Yeah, we've said worse on this show so far.
Ugh.
He's a hilarious comic. He doesn't need SNL. He blew up. Probably getting fired helped him. Helped him get attention. And I hope he does it and just rips them a new one. Just absolutely calling out like, hey, you guys fucking fired me because you're pussies and you bent the knee to the woke mob. Like you used to be funny. He should just go hard. I don't know. Drop the mic, walk off stage, bail on all the sketches. Like do something really newsworthy.
He's gonna do something radical, hopefully.
Do something radical. Fuck him. Take no prisoners. And yeah, that's that. That's that. He's funny.
It's
Whatever
the
he
best
is.
thing that happened to him to not be on that show because they would have just all the writers, they've been like, oh well, he said this. They wouldn't have put him in anything. His talent wouldn't have been forth, in the scene at all. So this is probably the best situation for him. But
it's like unless Shane was the very first person that they ever tried to hire outside of who they normally always hire, that's the only possible way I could believe that what they're saying is real, because all their writers, all their actors on the show all have the same politics. They're all from the same kinds of schools. They all come up in the same kinds of improv programs. Like very, I think, typically few stand-ups. But again, like you really have to be a certain a certain type of comic to curry the favor of SNL. So either they were really trying to break the mold with Shane. They go, uh-oh, this was our first attempt. We fucked it up. The woke mob's coming after us. Let's fire him and save face. Or they're full of shit and they only hired him just so they could dramatically fire him. And again, try to
Was
virtue
there
signal.
outcry anyway? Like, I don't remember there being an outcry from the woke mob anyway, where people being like,
There
"Oh my god,
was
I can't get
there
hired."
was a particular guy who was like stalking Shane and like a lifelong hater of
Jesus.
him who actually brought it to the attention of the internet and was like,
That's so
"Oh, really? SNL, you hired this guy? What do you think of this?" And he pulled this old podcast out of
ridiculous.
years old archive. So, yeah. They someone really had a chip on their shoulder for him and kind of
feel like
instigated that whole thing.
Everyone has that. I don't see them because apparently YouTube holds them. And I just never go through those comments. But I guess for a while, there was a guy that would comment on all of my videos, like paragraphs of just random weird shit. And he's like, I can't wait to watch you crash and burn and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And you're just like, sweet Jesus, you have like a real hate boner for me. It's actually so funny. But like, I feel like everyone has that. Like one or two people that are just like, I fucking hate this person so much. I need to like imagine knowing all the podcasts that he did and finding those moments. That means they've been hate listening to everything that he's
For
been through.
years.
And
For
that's
years.
because they love them and can't be what they are. That's the only thing, or else you wouldn't pay that much attention. You don't listen and watch people that you hate that much. It's complete mental illness.
Oh,
sure.
it's
Yeah, what do they call them? A-loggers? Like someone who just logs every moment of your life waiting for you to fuck up or like like they hang on to something, waiting till you get a big break so they can let people know.
It'd
Hey,
be like
remember
they
this?
said this.
Well,
One rare lady. Hello, ladies. Lila, you're giving Jackie from That 70s Show vibes. Very groovy.
Thank you.
Mhm. I totally see that. I love it.
Dave Chandler, thank you for the orange boy. I'm split on the Shane Gillis stuff regarding Bud Light and SNL. The fact that they want Gillis shows they're at least paying attention to people's disdain for woke, but I know they're not going to change anytime soon. No, they're not going to change anytime soon. They're just thinking like, ooh, this will get a bump in ratings. They're probably just going like show to show at this point. They're not actually thinking of changing the course of the show, the direction.
and also it came it came right after his Bud Light thing.
Yeah.
Let's bring some like bros back into
Which shows you it was never about Shane's talent or wanting him on. It's what we talk about all the time as comics, these Lila and Keanu. Fuck everybody. Get to a point where you are unavoidable. You are unignorable. Your stardom, your talent, your other opportunities get to a place where nobody else can deny where you're at, your talent, your attention. And exactly. SNL didn't want him. They thought he was too dangerous. So it's now that he's got Bud Light, now that he's blowing up, they're like, oh, well, now we're interested. Because once you get to a certain level of fame, like it kind of doesn't matter.
Yep.
You just meet everybody at the top and it's like, oh, hey, great to see you up here. I was going to get here anyways. You could have been part of my journey up here, but you were a dick. But you know what? It's okay. We're all up here now and it's fine.
I actually think right after the Super Bowl, Shane will start dating Taylor Swift. So
I would love that.
yes, he'll start dating her, and then SNL will be undeniably funny and filled with
lady. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Come and get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.